Hello and welcome to our attendance open house. We are so excited you're all here with us this afternoon. We have the wonderful Nora Barnhart with us today to go over everything you need to know about attendance here at Compass to start the school year off right. So I will go ahead and pass the mic off to the wonderful Nora.
Sorry, just making sure you can see me. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for coming today to the attendance open house. For the agenda, we're going to be going over the mission and vision, the values for our school. You'll meet our team. You'll see why attendance is important, why it's important for you and not just our school. And then you'll learn how to take attendance, and then about learning logs. That is how we take attendance, the withdrawal process, and then at the end we'll do a Q&A session. So if you have any questions during my presentation, feel free to write it in the chat. And then at the end we can go through them and unmute you if you have other questions too at that point. So here's our mission and our vision. And our mission is to inspire and develop innovative, creative, self-directed learners one scholar at a time. And our vision is to create a collaborative virtual learning community, inspiring scholars to appreciate the ways in which arts and sciences nurture a curiosity for lifelong learning and prepare scholars to take responsibility for their future success. And then here's our Arctic values. The attendance department consists of myself as attendance coordinator, Jason Henry as an attendance clerk, and Karina Barbosa as an attendance clerk. So they'll be reviewing, and myself as well, will be reviewing the attendance taken by the supervising teachers, and cross-referencing that with the learning logs that are submitted. So why is attendance important? Schools receive funds from the state for how much ADA or average daily attendance that they collect. ADA can be up to $75 a day for a scholar, and these funds enable schools to provide resources for their scholars. And Compass has a goal to have 97% present attendance so that we can meet our budget needs and provide necessary services for our scholars. So why is attendance important to you, our Compass families? As mentioned previously, the ADA funds are used to provide our scholars with important resources. But another reason to mention is that studies show scholars who attend school regularly are more likely to have passing grades, graduate from high school, and graduate from college. How do we take attendance at Compass? Our teachers are unable to mark scholars present each school day since we don't see them sitting physically in their desk. So attendance for Compass can look like a scholar completing educational activities each school day and then adding these educational activities to their daily learning logs. An educational activity is any learning related to your scholar's courses. Examples of educational activities can include coursework, field trips, live instructional sessions, and benchmark assessments. And learning logs can be found in the School Pathways parent portal and can be completed daily. So here's a snippet of how to access your learning log in the School Pathways parent portal. You will be able to switch between scholars by clicking the arrow to the left of their name, right up here where I'm circling. Click here to change students if you have multiple. Sometimes that has shown up on the bottom of the screen, just so you know. If you can't find it at the top, look at the bottom. The school year will default to the correct year. School year, right when I took the screenshot, it was 21-22. And then the log type will populate here. It'll automatically populate with grid log MA and the report title of MA attendance log. If you have to fill out a PE log because you're in options or your online teacher has specified you to, then you would just click the log type of grid log MA and you'd be able to see a drop down with PE log, physical education log. And you don't need to change the report title at all. It'll automatically update. So you will set the learning period to the one you need to make your attendance for, to take your attendance for. And then sometimes, because you're filling it out just after the learning period ended, it'll auto-populate for the new learning period. So you'll be able to click that drop down here and click on the previous learning period where you need to mark your attendance for, and then unclick the current learning period that the day is actually on. So that way you're not doing it for two at once. And then you'll click review log here that's highlighted. So this is what the actual learning log looks like. It is very easy to complete. You will click the checkbox for each subject that the learning occurred in for that day. For example, if your scholar read a couple chapters of a book, went for a walk, attended a live math session, did an assignment for social studies, and completed a science experiment, you would check the boxes for language arts, math, physical education, science, and social studies. Once you've clicked on the subjects for each day, they automatically save. At the end of the learning period, once you've updated the final day, you can then click Sign and Archive at the bottom of the screen. You'll then need to enter your first and last name as we have on file when you registered your scholar, here in this parent guardian name. And then you can either sign electronically with your mouse, or there's a checkbox shows up right under your name that you can click, and it'll put up an e-signature in there for you. Once this is all complete, you will click the Submit Agreement button at the bottom of the screen. Your supervising teacher can also invite you to sign the learning log if we haven't received it yet. It comes as an email from Compass Charter Schools inviting you to sign a new form. It's a very generic looking email asking you to sign a contract. If you don't know what the email is for, you can reach out to your supervising teacher for verification. So for our withdrawal process, if you ever need to withdraw, you can let your supervising teacher know that you need to withdraw your scholar or scholars via email or text. We prefer to have it in writing, so that way we have that information. Once notified, your supervising teacher, or ST, will start the withdrawal process. You will receive an email from our registrar to fill out the withdrawal request form. Once we receive it, she will process the withdrawal and send you a confirmation via email. Once that happens, then be sure to update your learning logs through the withdrawal date that you specified and submit any missing work samples for the options program that you need to turn in to cover you through that date. Once the withdrawal is processed, you will lose access to that section in the parent portal, just so you know. And that will be the end of the presentation part. And now we will stop the recording and we can go through questions, any questions you might have.